Hello everyone, welcome to Golden Heart Tarot. My name is Ren. I hope you all are safe and happy. Today we are asking, what is the truth of the situation and how can you deal with it? As usual, we have three groups. Group 1 is the Queen of Wands and the Rider-Waite Tarot. Group 2 is the Sun and the Witch's Tarot. And group 3 is the Ace of Wands and the Wizard's Tarot. I'll be doing one big shuffle at the beginning, but if you want to jump straight into your reading, those timestamps are in the description box. I'll see you at your group. Hello Group 1, if you chose the Queen of Wands and the Rider-Waite Tarot, this will be your reading. We're asking, what is the truth of the situation and how can you deal with it? Let me get your cards laid out and then we'll get into your reading. Back of deck, we had the Three of Swords, 78, Anima Mundi, 38, the Bridge, 3, the Starborn, Ace of Swords, 10 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Page of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, which came out also with the Six of Cups, and then we had the Two of Pentacles. All right, Group 1, so the truth of the situation and how do you deal with it? From the Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords, I'm getting that this situation involves hurt and heartbreak possibly, but certainly caused damage to your confidence, your sense of self-worth, your self-love. The Queen of Wands in this deck is beautiful. She's regal. She's also highly intuitive. So I get that this situation caused you to question yourself about those things. So I'm getting that this situation was way more than just heartbreak. It was damaging on a very personal level. The true nature of the situation is that you don't know what the truth is. You don't know what is actually going on. Not having the answers. If you are very intuitive and used to figuring things out that way, you've been kind of left not knowing. Or maybe you believe your intuition was wrong in the situation and you're trying to figure out how that could possibly have happened, like how that could be. You're questioning yourself a lot. And I'm getting that that's not something that normally happens. You trust yourself. But in this situation, you're questioning it. Like you had to have been wrong. And if you can't trust yourself, then what's real? What's true? Is everything wrong? It starts to send hairline cracks through your foundation. As for underlying causes, we have the Ten of Swords. This is betrayal. This is being stabbed in the back as a group effort. Most likely there is more than one person involved in your situation, but only take that if it resonates. I'm getting that something had to die. Let me pull another card here. What's the Ten of Swords, Spirit? Ten of Swords? What's the Ten of Swords? All right, Justice and Judgment. I'm hearing that it ended so you would survive. Survive to fight another day. It ended because it had to. For your own good. It was called to end. Yeah, something was not good. Not good, no. Hell no. That's what Spirit says. Hell no. Something was wrong here, big time. Ending it was the most fair thing to do. I've been talking about this situation as if it's already ended, because that's what I'm getting, but if you're still in the situation, it needs to end. It's being called to do so. What you need to know about the people involved in the situation is that this person or these people were out for themselves. They were in it for money, clout, whatever. They were there for themselves, and they did not care about anyone but themselves. They are prideful and immature, and they would stab each other in the back just as fast as they would stab you. Like, this person or these people are clowns. Like, they don't care. Challenges you may encounter as you address the situation, I'm getting that it's all self-focused. It's going to take consistency. You're going to have to be consistent. And you're going to have to concentrate. You're going to have to focus. And this is on healing yourself. And you can't give up. That's the main thing. You can't give up. You have to keep trying. And you will get there. But it's a lot of the same thing over and over and over again. It's like rebuilding your confidence, rebuilding that courage, rebuilding how you see yourself. You're going to have to stop focusing on what happened and focus on what's actually important, which is you. And that's a big challenge, not to focus on what happened and this whole story behind it, and to focus on yourself. But I'm seeing here it's about the process. So it's just those daily things that you do that just become an everyday thing for you. You need to build that into your routine. And you'll get there. What might be the consequences of ignoring or avoiding the situation? I mean, you already have a high level of intuition. I'm getting a sense that you're going to get the answers. You're going to get them regardless. You may already know. Like, intuitively, you may already know the information that you're looking for. You already feel it. You're not going to have to say or do anything to get the answers that you need. You will know what happened. But one of the consequences of ignoring it is that you'll know what happened, but you won't have a voice. You may also loop in tarot, so be careful with that, please. Use tarot responsibly. But what I'm really getting is that you won't have a voice. From that, I'm getting that you won't build that bold, beautiful, confident personality of yours back. Because by avoiding the situation, you're avoiding yourself. And the thing is, with stuff like this, you can run, but you can't hide. So you may be able to avoid it for a little while, but one way or another, you're going to rebuild yourself. Not exactly the same, but probably better. Certainly wiser. You can best navigate this situation by staying on your toes, keeping an eye out, maintain your boundaries or place them further out, whatever you need to do. Practice your intuition, because the Page of Swords is looking at the High Priestess. Maybe observe what's going on, but don't say anything. Focus on yourself, but don't be blind to what's going on around you. And don't overshare. No one needs to know what you're doing. So let's say that you focus on yourself, you build up your confidence, you stay in your own lane. What can you expect if you follow that course of action? Well, we have the Four of Wands, so everything's going to be good, dude. All right? Joy, happiness, community. Everything's going to be fine. You know why? Because you focused on the one thing in this world that you can control, which is yourself. And by focusing internally, that's where you find your power. And that affects everything and everyone around you. Into a Four of Wands if you want it. So what lessons can you learn from this situation? That you have power, and you can make things as bad or as good for yourself as you want them to be, depending on how you look at the situation. If you look at it through ego, you'll see frustration, disagreement, argument, hurt, pain. But look at it through soul, love, you find forgiveness, the true gift in it, the lesson in it. And you don't have to carry it with you. You leave it in the past where it belongs. So what hidden or unseen factors may be having an influence over the situation? I'm hearing that balance needs to be restored. Maybe there was indecision in the situation, juggling. I'm hearing incompetence. Like somebody was given responsibility for something they had no business handling. Like they were just unqualified to the point of being inept, inadequate, substandard. Like someone was just playing. They were a fool, like a clown. Someone that would do things to hurt somebody else just because they could. Because to them it was all a joke. So an unseen factor that was influencing the situation was that there was at least one clown, if not a whole bunch of clowns, that were involved. Which tells me that there was no real purpose behind you being hurt. It was because of the inadequacy of other people, not of you. So how do you deal with it? Well, we've already talked about focusing on yourself, right? But with Anima Mundi, the bridge, and the Starborn, I'm getting to be the opposite of what you went through, to balance it out, like of how you were treated. Acceptance is huge right here in these cards. Accept what happened and what you've learned. Communicate with others that understand and relate, and support each other. Trust that the situation was on your path, but it's not where your path ends. Take a step back because this is just a blip on the map of your life. It's there for you to learn from so you can move on to your next adventure. Well, that's what I have for you, Group 1. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 2. If you chose the Sun in the Witch's Tarot, this will be your reading. We're asking, what is the truth of the situation, and how can you deal with it? Let me get your cards laid out, and then we'll get into your reading. Back of deck, we had the Moon. 76, Kairos. 8, the Maiden. 14, the Judge. Wheel of Fortune. The Three of Wands. And the Fool came out with it. We have the Tower. Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Lovers, and the Eight of Wands. All right, Group 2, what is the truth of the situation and how do you deal with it? Well, I'm getting that the situation, we have the Sun and the Moon, so it's kind of interesting. I think it's that you don't know as much as you think you do. It's almost like you may think that you have it all figured out, that you have all the information, but There are things about it that you don't understand. I'll figure out more as we get in this reading, but that's what I'm getting. The true nature of the situation is that there's something here that's out of your control. Like you have zero control over the issue. With Kairos there, things need to happen at the perfect time. Let me pull another card and get some clarification about what this may be. Spirit, can I have a card for the Wheel of Fortune? What's the Wheel of Fortune? What's the Wheel of Fortune, please? What's the Wheel of Fortune? The Six of Wands. So success and achievement. I think it may be working towards something, but you're not seeing anything from it yet. Maybe a timing issue and you just need to be patient. I'm seeing that it's wanting something to happen, but it hasn't happened yet, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like it's completely out of your control. The underlying cause behind the situation that you're in is that you had planned and wanted to take action. You're wanting something new. You're wanting to take action on your plans. You're ready, but it's like the universe is like, not. You've made your decision, you've packed your bags, you're ready to go. You're just waiting on your boat to show up. What do you need to know about the people involved in the situation? The Tower. So there may be a truth coming to light. Let me pull another card and see. All right, Spirit, what's the Tower? We have the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles. You know, I'm not entirely convinced that there are other people involved, but if there are, it could be a female figure. It has a bit of a reap what you sow type of vibe to it, so it may be more chaos from the Tower. If these are other people, there may be someone else waiting for you, like waiting for things to take off for you, waiting to see some kind of progress as well. I don't know, they're waiting for something to happen. If there are no other people involved in this, then this is you, waiting for things to happen, trying to grow things, persevering. The thing is that with the Empress there's a lot of fertility here. And with the Seven of Pentacles, there's investment. It's a long-term type of view. It's sustainable results. So when things happen for you, it's going to happen like overnight. Like it'll be slow, and then bam, you'll wake up one morning and things will have taken off. So no matter who's involved, they're just waiting for things to happen. Some challenges that you might encounter as you address the situation are that you're not going to know what to do, or you're going to be trying a whole bunch of things and none of them are working. The challenge is that you can't do anything about it, and you're going to try anyway. I think the main challenge is releasing the end goal and focusing on the process. That is your challenge. The consequences of ignoring or avoiding the situation. Five of Cups, so regret. That's very interesting. You can't do anything about the situation, but you're not supposed to ignore it. What is that? Maybe there's preparation or something you're supposed to be doing. I don't know what. It's like you need to continue working towards your goal, even if you don't see anything from it right away. It's about falling in love with the process, not the outcome. Because everything you do, everything that you learn, adds up over time. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, it all helps in the long run. So you can't control it, but you can allow it. You have to release the end goal and let it come to you. Your job is to focus on the process. So how do you best navigate the situation? Well, you don't give up. With the Five of Pentacles, things may seem bleak, but there's help there if you're willing to see it. Let me pull another card. Spirit, what's the Five of Pentacles, please? The Five of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Cups. So yeah, don't give up on the situation. You're manifesting, so work towards it and ask for help. So let's say that you keep working towards this goal and you're still not seeing anything. What is a possible outcome of the situation? We have the High Priestess. She knows a lot. Let me pull another card, though. Spirit, what's the High Priestess? What's the High Priestess, please? The Four of Cups. So there is something here about working towards it and learning a lot along the way, but not seeing that as something valuable or worthwhile, because you're focused on the outcome and not focused on the process, falling in love with the process. And so there is a possibility of you giving up before you actually manifest it. What lessons can you learn from this situation? Well, you have a choice in how you go about it, and how you see it, and what perspective you take. It's tough being in a situation where you feel you can't control anything about it, or it's not happening in the way that you would want it to. It can be very, very frustrating, and you can get very impatient and give up before it even begins. So like I've been saying, fall in love with the process, not with the end goal. You let that go, and you trust that the things that you're doing will lead you to what you want. What hidden or unseen factors are influencing the situation? The decisions have already been made. Things are already moving. It's all about where they land now, with the Eight of Wands there. Things are also moving a lot faster than you believe them to be. So how do you deal with a situation that you have no control over? Well, you give it time. And you fall in love with the process. I feel like a broken record. It doesn't matter where you end up if you love what you're doing. We don't always get to decide what the end goal will be. That's okay. Our imaginations can be pretty limited sometimes. Maybe there are bigger things for you. So no, you don't know as much as you think you know, Group 2. Don't give up. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you so very much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3. If you chose the Ace of Wands and the Wizard's Tarot, this will be your reading. We're asking, what is the truth of the situation, and how can you deal with it? Let me get your cards laid out, and then we'll get into your reading. We have the Ten of Cups on the back of the deck. 27, the Unseen. 71, Eros. 25, the Healer. 7 of Cups. The Two of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. And Death also came out with that. Six of Cups. The Nine of Wands, Three of Swords, Ace of Wands, the Tower, and the Seven of Wands. All right, Group 3, what is the truth of the situation and how can you deal with it? From the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups, I'm getting that this involves some sort of relationship. Almost certainly romantic. Now, this could be starting a new relationship in the hopes that it could become something more committed, or moving a current relationship into something that is more committed. The true nature of the situation seems to be that there's more than one choice. Either you're having a hard time listening to your intuition, or you don't have all of the information you need in order to make a good decision. This may be a choice between two partners or two paths. The underlying cause behind the situation is that You want a divine love, something shared, something real, maybe something that you've never experienced before. And so it's an important decision, and you don't know who or what to choose. I'm thinking that maybe you've had an experience with someone, and maybe it didn't work out. And so you're trying to find that again in someone else. But something just isn't quite fitting. Something seems off, and maybe you're not sure why. So what do you need to know about the people involved in this situation? Well, they're hot. They're very attractive. One is more interested in what they see. One is holding back, and one is more interested in receiving rather than giving. True love. Someone here sees the end before it even begins. Kind of like they've seen the writing on the wall or something. Now, is this a snap judgment? Maybe. But if there are 3 people involved, probably not. I'm hearing maybe there aren't 3 people. Maybe these are 3 parts of yourself. You're trying to experience divine love, but there's a part of you that holds back. There's a part of you that only values what they see. There's a part of you that likes to receive more than give. There's a part of you that sees the writing on the wall. You see it ending before it even begins. So no matter who is involved, I think the underlying cause of the situation is you. Because you're looking externally for something you can only find internally. You don't find divine love in someone else. You can only find that within yourself. And once you do, it manifests into your reality as a person. But it's not found there. And that's one of the major challenges in the situation. To stop believing that love is something that you have to go out and find, or it has to be given to you. You already have it. You just have to believe in it. I mean, with the 7 of Cups and 6 of Cups there, it's like she's chosen a cup for him. So you may accept a cup that really isn't right for you, or it isn't your choice, or you just may be given a cup. I mean, like, here you go. By accepting that love is something external from you, something that you're given by somebody else, you will always be offered less than you deserve. Always. Every time. The consequences of ignoring or avoiding the situation are that more people will be involved because you'll continue to search, never finding what you're looking for. So how can you best navigate the situation? We have the 3 of Swords. Let me pull another card. Spirit, what's the 3 of Swords, please? The High Priestess. I'm hearing keep it to yourself. But I think what Spirit's actually meaning is to focus on yourself. So if you're with someone, maybe you need to take a time out. Just some time to really reflect and focus on yourself. So let's say you do take time for yourself and you do start to find that love within you. What's a possible outcome? Well, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have it twice in this reading. I think it's manifesting exactly what you want. That divine love. You'll actually end up finding what you've been looking for. Isn't that crazy? So what lessons can you learn from this situation? Well, that it all comes down to you. We have the Tower here. Let me pull another card to clarify. Spirit, what's the Tower? What's the Tower? We have the King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. That's a change in the way you see things. That's a truth coming to light. It's having clarity on a situation. That if you are wanting divine love with someone else, it all starts with you. You have to find that within yourself first. You have to give yourself that gift. What hidden or unseen factors are affecting the situation? The 7 of Wands. I see this as preparation for something big. That you will be successful and there's something already in the works. I think you may be tested on this lesson quite a bit in your near future. Hell, you may have been tested on it already. To find divine love within yourself, you don't need a magic word or a special course or anything like that. You do, however, need a certain level of consciousness, right? So as you begin to open yourself to the belief in this and begin to explore, the universe will start opening up itself to you. And this could be in many different areas. You're going to start learning things about yourself and the world and your reality that you had no idea about. It all begins and ends with love. It's the key. So what's unseen about the situation is that it's a lot bigger than you think. So how do you deal with all of this? Some of it sounds pretty out there, right? Some of you may say, I just want a boyfriend. Like, I don't care about all of this. Well, you'd be missing the point and wasting your time. But I mean, you can, like, do you. Just don't expect them to fix that void inside of you. You may be able to ignore it for a while, but it'll come back. What, Ren? I don't have a void. All right. I'll see you in 5 years or so after your divorce. How you deal with it is that you acknowledge the fact that you look for love outside of yourself. That you put the responsibility of feeling loved, accepted, cared for in someone else's hands. And then you take on the responsibility of them feeling loved onto yourself. Do you see how weird that is? And then you can withhold or give love as you see fit. Or if you're feeling unloved, you can blame them. That's not love. That's a power dynamic. That's manipulation. So how you deal is by taking on the responsibility of loving yourself. You find the tools and resources you need to find that within yourself. So when the right person comes along, you can genuinely love them. You won't put the responsibility on them or use love as a weapon, because the responsibility is yours. I hope this reading made sense to some of you. Alright, that's all I have. Thank you so much, Group 3, for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.